Namaskar, this is Express News. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Let's begin with the stories. Indian Space Research Organisation on Thursday successfully executed the docking of satellites as part of the Space Docking Experiment, or SpaceX. With the successful docking of satellites of the SpaceX mission, India has become the fourth nation in the world to ace the space docking technology. In addition to joining the elite club of spacefaring nations, docking tech is also key for India's impending space missions, including Moon mission, setting up of Indian Space Station, and lunar missions like Chandrayaan-4. Singapore President Tharman Shanmugaratnam was given ceremonial welcome at Rashtrapati Bhavan by India's President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, marking the beginning of his state visit to India. Stressing on the bilateral ties between the two nations, he mentioned that Singapore is the largest investor in India and defence ties between the two nations are also strong, continuing to grow further. The Singaporean President will also meet Indian President Draupadi Murmu and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi later in the day. India's Bharatiya Janata Party National President and Indian Minister J.P. Nadda met President of Singapore Tharman Shanmugaratnam under No BJP initiative on Thursday. India's Minister for Home and Cooperation Amit Shah inaugurated the Archaeological Experimental Museum and Excavation Complex along with various developmental projects at Vadnagar in Western Indian state of Gujarat. India's Home Minister Amit Shah addressed the inauguration ceremony of Gujarat projects and said Vadnagar is one of the most ancient cities and that it has influenced the culture of the country in every era. Minister Amit Shah will inaugurate the fast-track immigration trusted traveller program at Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Cochin and Ahmedabad airports on Thursday. According to India's Home Ministry, applicants are required to complete online registration by filling in their details and uploading the required documents on the online portal to enroll in this program. Indian government's flagship initiative, Startup India, has completed 9 years on Thursday. The scheme is intended to catalyze startup culture and build strong and inclusive ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship in the country. In a social media post, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed happiness over the completion of 9 years of Startup India, said that the success reflects today's India as dynamic, confident and future-ready. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's monthly radio program, Mann Ki Baat, will be held this Sunday on the 19th of January. Instead of the last Sunday this month, will respect to Republic Day celebrations next week. Former Indian Army Chief V.K. Singh has been sworn in as the new governor of northeastern Indian state of Mizoram. On Thursday, he is the 25th governor since Mizoram attained statehood in 1987. Infamous short-selling firm Hindenburg Research has been under the radar of Indian regulators like Securities and Exchange Board of India over its report against the Adani Group, which was dismissed by the Supreme Court. Hindenburg Research, the US-based short seller known for its explosive allegations against the Adani Group, has decided to cease operations. Indian tourists in the UAE can now use Unified Payments Interface UPI at more merchant locations with NPCI International's partnership with Magnati, a Middle Eastern payment solutions provider. In a groundbreaking move, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India's official website will soon be available in your regional language. The initiative aims to bridge the digital divide. TRY's new online platform provides consumers with easy access to essential information in multiple languages, promoting transparency, inclusivity and empowerment. As the Union Budget 2025-26 approaches, Ministry of Finance on Thursday gave a report card on the achievements and progress made on last year's budget announcements. The latest round of FICCI's Economic Outlook Survey projects an annual Median GDP growth forecast of 6.4% for 2024-25 for India. India's GDP numbers are in line with the broad expectations and reflect a notable slowdown vis-à-vis 8.2% GDP growth that was recorded in 2023-24. Benchmark equity indices BSE Sensex and NSE Nifty 50 ended in green for the third consecutive session on Thursday. 30-share Sensex added 318.74 points or 0.42% to settle at 77,042.82. The NSE Nifty 50 settled in the green at 23,311.80 with gains of 98.60 points. The Indian rupee today closed at 86.56 against the US dollar on Thursday, while Brent crude was trading at $82.09 a barrel on Thursday. Asian stocks rose sharply on Thursday as markets cheered a softer US inflation reading, while South Korea's central bank left interest rates unchanged despite expectations of a cut amid political unrest. Japan's Nikkei 225 rose 0.4% on Thursday, although lagged its peers as a rising yen amid rate hike speculations created downward pressure. European stock futures pointed to a subdued open after the pan-European stock 600 clocked its strongest daily performance in 4 months. Stocks all over rose on Thursday and the dollar softened as easing core US inflation kept potential rate cuts by the Federal Reserve on the table, while the yen hit a one-month high. A multi-phase deal that halts the fighting in Gaza and leads to the release of Israeli captives in the territory reached over 400 days. However, developments are still coming in. The long-awaited Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal is yet to be finalized. The deal, mediated by Qatar, Egypt and the United States, could pave the way for a permanent end to the conflict in Gaza. If reached finally, mediators say the deal will go into effect on Sunday and will start with a 42-day period that would see release of 33 Israeli captives and a number of war prisoners from Palestine. In the latest, Israel has accused Hamas of backtracking on parts of the Gaza ceasefire deal announced earlier, saying cabinet will not meet on the deal until Hamas's agreement is confirmed. The Israeli statement added that the cabinet, which is yet to approve the agreement, will not convene until mediators notify Israel that Hamas has accepted all elements of the agreement. Meanwhile, Russia has said that it hopes Gaza ceasefire will stabilize the situation. In a retaliatory attack, Russia launched a wave of missiles and drones at Ukrainian energy facilities, intensifying months-long bombing campaign at the precarious moment of the war for Ukraine. Explosions sounded in Ukraine's capital of Kiev amid an air raid alert on Thursday. Russian air defenses were engaged as per Kiev's mayor. Ukraine's air force has announced a drone attack threat. A day after his arrest over a failed martial law declaration, South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol has refused on Thursday to appear for fresh questioning by investigators. Yoon has, up till now, refused to talk with investigators who had prepared a questionnaire of more than 200 pages. Authorities have 48 hours to question the suspended president, after which they must seek a warrant to detain him up to 20 days or release him. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer meets his Malaysian counterpart Anwar Ibrahim at 10 Downing Street for talks on strengthening long-standing relationship between the two countries. The talks between UK PM and his Malaysian counterpart primarily focuses on enhancing trade relations, investment opportunities and collaboration in various sectors, including infrastructure and technology. Cuba begins releasing prisoners jailed following anti-government protests in 2021. The decision comes after Biden administration said it would remove Cuba from its terrorism blacklist and ease sanctions. Venezuelan opposition leader Edmundo Gonzalez landed in Guatemala 4 days after inauguration of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to a third term. He met with Venezuelan citizens living in Guatemala, telling them to get ready to return home soon. Vanuatu holds snap elections a month after destructive earthquake. The elections come after Prime Minister Charlotte Salvai's decision to go to polls 2 years early rather than risk a no-confidence vote in his divided coalition government. The polls, which were open for 9 hours, have closed, with counting likely to continue for days to determine who among 217 candidates won the 52 seats in parliament. Peru's National Forestry and Wildlife Service announced the rescue of 164 endangered yellow-spotted river turtles sold illegally as pets in central Lima. Authorities confiscated the turtles during a police operation on Thursday. 3 individuals were arrested to face legal proceedings for wildlife trafficking. The yellow-spotted river turtle, known in Peru as Taricaya turtle, is currently listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. And time for a short break. There's more coming up. Stay with us.
Timeless, boundless, and infinite. The essence of faith. The soul of Sanatan culture. From the sacred confluence of Prayag, where divinity descends to earth. Witness the grandeur, the devotion, the magic. World's largest cultural and spiritual gathering, with over 450 million devotees expected to attend. Maha Kumbh, India's greatest festival of faith. Exclusively on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News. Let's look at some more stories. Cold wave conditions continue to grip North India. People of Delhi woke up to temperatures plummeting as it rained on early Thursday morning. Severe cold waves are expected to intensify further in the region. Indian weather officials have predicted further showers in Delhi till Sunday. Meanwhile, as many as 29 trains, several flights operations were affected due to poor visibility. Mild rainfall has, however, improved the air quality of New Delhi to very poor category. IMD has predicted dense fog in the mornings. Situation is likely to remain the same on Friday morning as well. Following a significant dip in the air quality, Graded Response Action Plan Stage 4 anti-pollution restrictions have been reimposed in Delhi NCR region. This includes a complete halt to construction activities, prohibition of non-essential diesel truck entries, mandatory adoption of hybrid learning modes for schools. The India Met Department has predicted light to moderate snow in higher reaches and passes in India's Ladakh till Thursday night. Cloudy weather is also expected on Friday. Kashmir continues to bask in bright sunshine while nighttime temperatures witnessed a drop. Jammu and Kashmir recorded the minimum temperature of minus 4.8 degrees Celsius on Wednesday. Indian Met Department has predicted dry and cloudy weather in Kashmir until Thursday, with a weak western disturbance bringing light to moderate snowfall in higher reaches. High reaches of India's Himachal Pradesh received snowfall and rains on Thursday. The Met officials have predicted more rains and snow in the hill station till Sunday. A lake effect storm dumped heavy snows on parts of western New York State. Squalls blowing it from Lake Erie to Lake Ontario had dumped 2 feet of snow in some areas. More than 650,000 people in the state of New York and parts of Pennsylvania remain under lake effect snow warnings as more snowfall was expected to fall through Thursday. Most of the snowfall was concentrated south of Buffalo, around Erie, Pennsylvania, Lake Ontario, south of Watertown. Los Angeles wildfires rage as strong winds continue. Officials have urged residents to remain vigilant and be prepared to evacuate at a moment's notice. Some 6.5 million people remain under critical fire threat as the fires consumed an area nearly of the size of Washington, D.C. The fires have damaged or destroyed over 12,000 homes, forced as many as 200,000 people to evacuate. Drone video released by the Ventura County Fire Department shows smoke and flames in auto fire, which has currently burned 61 acres and is 50% contained. Firefighters are continuing to patrol and reinforce containment lines. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano spews glowing lava as it erupts again for the fourth time since it rumbled back to life in late December. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory says it was possible the lava fountain height would increase as more gas-rich lava reaches the caldera's surface. Indonesian authorities have begun evacuating 3,000 residents after Mount Ibu erupted in eastern Indonesia, spewing a towering column of smoke and ash into the atmosphere. Located on the remote island of Halmahera, Mount Ibu has erupted for a fifth time this year. The volcano's alert status was subsequently raised to highest level by Indonesia's geological agency. Record temperatures hit Argentina on Wednesday as an extremely hot heat wave struck Buenos Aires on the surrounding regions. Heat wave conditions are expected to continue for the coming days, according to government authorities. The National Weather Service warned that sustained high temperatures could lead to an official heat wave declaration. The ongoing heat wave underscores the broader climate challenges facing Argentina as global warming trends exacerbate weather extremes. A new adorable video of panda came in from China's Sichuan province. Two cute fluffy panda cubs born in 2023 to a mother panda, Ran Ran, snuggle up together and engaged in playful antics. The footage shows a young panda in blissful state of contentment as it lounges on ground while holding a steamed bun in its left hand, a carrot in its right, and hooking a bamboo shoot with its foot. Long-awaited images of the newest addition to the southern Germany's Karlsruhe Zoo, a polar bear cub, show an intimate relation with its mother Nuka in their enclosure. However, visitors are still not allowed to see them. Visitors will have to be patient before they can catch a glimpse of the polar bear cub in the German zoo. The area was cordoned off for zoo visitors and the windows of the enclosures were whitewashed to provide privacy. A baby gorilla that was rescued in Turkey as it was being smuggled was seen playing with soft toys and wrestling with caretakers. The cub was found in a crate by custom authorities at Istanbul airport after it arrived on a flight from Nigeria. The baby gorilla was named Zatin, meaning olive in Turkish, as the result of social media campaign. One of the Zatun's caretakers said they were spending almost all day with the cub and trying to be a family to him. Beloved Japanese bear mascot Komamon became a Tokyo Metro honorary station master on Thursday. The rosy-cheeked bear received certificate and shash naming him Master of Ginza Station in Japanese capital for a day. The Tokyo Metro honorary bear represents Kumamoto Prefecture in southwestern Japan, aiming to promote products from Kumamoto Prefecture, available upscale Japanese Ginza shopping district. As part of India's Maha Kumbh festivities, devotees took holy dip in Triveni Sangam, which is confluence of holy Indian rivers Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati on fourth day of Maha Kumbh in India's Prayagraj. A handwritten letter penned by late Apple founder Steve Jobs has been auctioned by Bonhams for about $500,000. Written by Steve Jobs in 1974, the letter stated his wish to go to India for Kumbh Mela. Steve Jobs' letter surfaced on social media amidst the time when Steve Jobs' wife, Lorraine Powell Jobs, is in North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh for the Maha Kumbh Mela 2025. Some news from the world of entertainment. 2025 BAFTA nominees for the category Leading Actor have been announced, with Sebastian Stan, Adrian Brody, Timothy Chalamet, Ralph Fiennes, Hugh Grant and Colman Domingo nominated for the category. The film's Conclave and Emilia Perez lead the shortlist, vying for the recognition at Britain's BAFTA Awards next month as the race for Oscar's glory in early March heats up. Fans of Latin music superstar Bad Bunny braved long lines for tickets to the singer-rapper's 21-show residency in Puerto Rico. Bunny's residency runs from July 11 to August 24 in Puerto Rico's largest indoor stadium, and tickets are expected to sell out. The first 9 shows of Bad Bunny's No Me Quiero Ir Qui, or I Do Not Want to Leave Here concert will be held for Puerto Rican residents only. An intruder attacked Bollywood actor Saif Ali Khan with a knife during an alleged burglary attempt at his residence in Mumbai on Thursday. Investigation is underway. Bollywood actor Ajay Devgan's Tara, son of Sardar 2, release date is out now. The film will hit the big screens on July 25th this year. In sports, Indian women's cricket team secured its biggest win in ODI after they thrashed Ireland by 304 runs in the third and final match of the series in Rajkot on Wednesday. And skipper Smriti Mandhana led from the front. She smashed the fastest ODI 100 by an Indian batter, reaching the landmark of just 70 balls. And Deepti Sharma was the most successful bowler for India with figures of 3 wickets for 27. Right-arm seamer Andrich Notze has been ruled out of the upcoming ICC Champions Trophy after suffering a back injury. The Sri Lanka Cricket Board, in coordination with Cricket Australia, has announced the addition of an extra ODI to Australia's upcoming tour schedule. The Indian men's Kho-Kho team defeated Peru on Wednesday to secure a spot in the quarterfinals at the inaugural Kho-Kho World Cup 2025. In the women's match, India secured its second consecutive win after beating Iran with 100-16 scoreline. Bengal Tigers returned to winning ways with a convincing 5-3 victory over UP Rudras in the Hockey India League on Wednesday. Odisha Warriors were handed their first loss of the season by Surma Hockey Club by 1-2 margin in the Women's Hockey India League. German second seed Alexander Zverev produced a clinical performance as he raced into the third round of Australian Open. In world number 2, Iga Swiatek advanced to the third round of Australian Open on Thursday to set up a high-profile clash with 2021 US Open champion Emma Raducanu. Kasper Ruud faced elimination in the Australian Open as Czech teenager Jakub Mensik pulled off an impressive upset victory. Taylor Fritz defeated Christian Garin comfortably to reach the third round of the Australian Open. Former world number 1 Ons Jabeur batted past breathing difficulties to secure a second round Australian Open victory against Camila Osorio. And with 2 quick goals in the first half, Arsenal registered a comeback with over Tottenham Hotspurs at the Emirates Stadium on early Thursday. And with that, we conclude this edition of Express News. Namaskar.